Kelly. Hey, Kelly. I'm trying to get my camera set up right. And I just moved it the totally... Right. And I just moved... Oh. All right. Hey, Judy. Yay. Hi, Lauren. Okay. So I just had like this super frustrating time trying to file taxes. So I need something happy in my life. I don't know if they tell anybody this, but filing taxes as a small business totally sucks. Because every show we go to, thanks, Rach. Every show we go to, oh look, I don't even have to stamp. Heck yeah. Forget that noise. Every show we go to, we have to file taxes. And that is like the most horrible, awful thing ever in the history of forever. And so Rachel was trying to help me, and I was trying to help her. And I think by the end of it, we're both ready to scream. And so we're gonna do something fun instead, because we're over it, right, Rach? So we're gonna grab some Kitsch Flamingo. Yeah, seriously, no fun. We're gonna grab some picked raspberry. We're gonna grab some seedless preserves, which is like one of my favorite offsides. And then we're gonna grab some villainous potion, because I'm feeling a little villainous right now. Right, Rach? 100% let's play, because again, forget that noise. We're also gonna get mowed lawn and forest moss. All right. So for this, you're gonna need your glue gun on, and yeah, we're about to get some inky up in here. Okay. So this is the new Tenacious Tulip stamp, and I've been asked several times how to put it together. So I'm gonna tell you guys how to put it together. I'm not gonna use this one. We're just gonna use the flower. We're gonna put it all together. Man, these magnets are sticky. Whoop, whoop. So I'm gonna show you the easy way to color them, because I don't know if I have it in me right now to actually pull out my markers and color. So that's a thing. Let's play. How is everybody? How y'all doing out there in Facebook land? I feel like I never get to be live anymore. Always traveling and doing the dang thing. So I don't get to be on a whole lot. Ooh, so pretty. Easy is perfect, right? Are we all feeling like we need an easy project today? Lauren, how the heck are you? I feel like I haven't talked to you in forever and ever. Okay. And then Kitsch Flamingo. Thanks, Kel. Pretty. And I'm just going to repeat this process. However, when you put the tulip together, you can see the back side. And so when I cut these out, I'm gonna also color the backside of these, okay? But for now, I'm gonna go and do this. So this is Mowed Lawn. And I'm gonna color this whole leaf with Mowed Lawn. And I don't care if it's like darker and lighter and all of that kind of stuff because it's out in nature. Busy with home stuff, but good. Good, I'm glad to hear it. But I am gonna use 2 colors because I wanna make this even darker down here. But I've had a ton of people ask me, you know, like, hey, I don't Copic color, so, you know, how do I do the flowers when I don't Copic color? Well, this right here, this is how you do it. So this one, I'm gonna have these like kind of graduate. So I'm gonna have this one be a little bit darker. I know, Kelly, you should order one of these bad boys. They have this on file now, so you can order the Sweet Sentiment glass mat. Just saying. Kelly, do you mind, or Lauren, one of you, do you mind texting Sandy, like sending her a DM and telling her that I'm live? I was just talking to her, but I don't know if she knew that I was going live. And I know that she'd be sad if she missed it. Okay. Thanks. She's gonna get like 17 text messages now. It's my whole plan. Okay. And then same thing, I'm gonna turn this around. But Sandy drew this flower. Hi, Catherine. Good morning from Australia. Sandy drew this flower, and so I like to, every once in a while, I'm sorry. Sandy drew this flower. I need to finish the one thought first. And she does not know how to put it together. So I would like to show her how to put it together. Thank you. And then my second thought was, every once in a while, I like to do stuff that's not Copic colored, just to throw people off. Because, I mean, they all think I'm a one-trick pony, right? But see how fast it is to color these when you're not Copic coloring all of them? They are quite quick. I almost dipped that in the totally wrong ink. Now, this is the Sweet Sentiment teal label paper. Awesome. Thanks, girls. So this is slightly thicker. And our new teal label paper is going to be even thicker because everybody's wanting it to be a tad bit thicker than it is right now, which I am more than happy to oblige. But there's also another reason why it's going to be a little bit thicker. But I digress. So the teal label paper is what I like to make flowers on. It has a higher vellum content to it. So it definitely stands up to the flower making scenario better. Oh my gosh, Lauren, seriously? You're so like artsy and not afraid of your inks. I'm completely shocked. You could tell in my voice that I was like, oh my God, seriously? I probably really don't need all of these leaves, but hey, leaves it is. All right, I'm just gonna do 3. I don't need any more than that. I could keep going. I could do way more than that, but I don't need to do more than that. So I'm going to cover up my inks, mainly because my fan's on. Otherwise, it really wouldn't matter to me. Oh, that's really dumb, actually, because I need my inks for the other side. Super smart there, Jamie. Good job. Rachel, do you see what's happened to me? I'm talking to myself now because of everything that we just went through. Now, a lot of people ask me about the geometrics that are on here. Honestly, they're just for fun. There's like no other, me too, I shocked myself. They're just for fun. There's no real rhyme or reason behind them. They just come out of my brain and I put them on here. This one kind of reminded me of rain, and I always see tulips as a springtime flower. So I always think of rain when it's springtime. So there you go. You'll definitely see the influence in the next one as well. Ooh, I cut that one kind of close. Which is okay, because I honestly, like I said, I don't really need all of these leaves. Yes, Lauren. Oh yeah, I forget, you're gonna be at Mesa. So excited. All right. So, like I said, just coloring. I probably don't even want that one. Just coloring the backs of these two in case you can see them. I didn't really want to do it until I had them like all cut out. Because I didn't know where to put the ink. But now I know where to put the ink. So I'm good. Sandy is dormant for 20 minutes. Weird. I was like literally just talking to her. Maybe it's because I was ranting to her about taxes. I scared her away. She needed a drink or something. She had to go get a soda. Would not be shocking, Kelly. Okay, so now that I have those colored, I'm actually going to grab a tissue and wipe all of this green ink off. Okay. And just so I know where I'm putting ink. Perfect. I love that you guys are on here. Thanks for joining me. Now, the only reason I'm coloring the inside or the opposite side of these is with the tulip and the way you form the actual 3D flower. You can do several things with this flower, but the way that you actually form this flower, you can see the inside of it. So generally speaking, I only color one side of my flowers. But today is not that day. You snuck out of work early. Good girl. I mean, gasp. You bad, bad girl. What are you doing sneaking out of work early? Oh, for those of you who are following on my personal page and stuff, my dad's story, so his birthday was the 6th, and he got his chemo port on the 6th. And they actually had an earlier date. He wasn't supposed to get chemo until today, but they had a cancellation for yesterday, so he got his first chemo treatment yesterday. And he actually went home and was able to eat something for the very first time in like 2 months. So that was super great. Right, Catherine? It's, you know, we don't often think of it, but it is something that is great. I was going to use Kitsch Flamingo, but I think I'm going to use the picked raspberry. So, anyways, super happy about that. So good for him. And, let's see, what else? I'm still working on my workout journey. I have not worked out today, but I did work out the last 4 days straight. So, trying to be strong and healthy for traveling to all of these shows, because I am really tired of being sick. And I think Sandy's really tired of me being sick too, because she has to stay in a hotel room with me. Hey, Pixie. Yes, right? Like a doctor's note to send to your boss. Hi, sorry, it's Friday. And Jamie's doing Floral Friday, so I'm going to need to bail. But thanks. I would still like to be paid for these hours. I just don't want to be present for them. Okay, so I'm going to clean all that up. Again, I'm going to wipe down my mat just so I don't get ink everywhere. Okay. Now, I'm pretty sure all of these will fit in my teeny tiny little sidekick here. So, we're going to put that there. And I probably haven't even cut apart the dies. Yeah, check it out, guys. I haven't even cut apart the dies. So, a quick lesson on cutting apart dies. You need some sort of snips. I believe I got these at Concord and Ninth. Wire cutters work. Jewelry wire cutters work great. And so see how they all have these like teeny little wires in between? Those are the ones you want to cut. I cut them very close to the die itself. And then you come over on the other side and you cut them as well. Now notice I'm just letting them go flying because I'm the only one in my room right now, so I don't have to worry about putting out an eyeball. But I highly suggest cutting them like over your trash can or whatever, but they will go flying. Just throwing it out there. But dies are super simple to cut apart. And with kind of this new set of people coming into crafting, I've had many questions lately on how to cut apart dies. So I just wanted to take a minute and show y'all. All of our dies from Sweet Sentiment are made in the United States. So you have good high quality steel. So that means they're not really easy to cut apart. You have to have some sort of snips or die cutters or something along those lines. Okay, so we're going to start with cutting the leaves. And I'm going to grab this leaf and I'm going to put it here. Now, normally I tape these down, which I probably still should do. Let me reach my tape. Check it out now, the Funk Soul Brother. This is frog tape. I get it off of Amazon, but I was recently told that you can get it at Walmart. Sandy and I were at Walmart and we saw it and we were like, what the heck? So I think it's in like the hardware department because it is a form of painter's tape. But you do want the yellow frog tape because this is the low tack frog tape. So ta-da! Which is short for da-da-da-da. And I have a leaf cut out. I'm still not sure if I'm going to cut all of these leaves, but just so you get the idea. You've never heard that before, Michelle? Ta-da! Totally short for da-da-da-da. I mean, it is. I think the hardest part of doing all of this is the die cutting because I get impatient and I'm like, meh, I'm just done. I don't even want to cut this anymore. But when you make the flower, it's so pretty and it's so worth it. So yeah, there's that. Okay, so now I'm gonna grab this part and I'm gonna line this up on the flower. And I just use these same pieces of tape over and over and over and over again. Oops, wrong handle. See how pretty they are when they're colored on both sides? So pretty! I'm a little bit anal retentive about lining up my dies too. And all of our dies have 1/8 of an inch border. So that's really fun. And number 2 and number 3. You guys still hanging with me? Yeah? Awfully quiet out there in Facebook land. Rachel, I'm assuming you're messaging me things I can read later, because, you know, I'm live, girly. I may not need all of these extra petals, but I'm going to cut them just so I have them. Oh, you're cooking? Okay, good. They're for later. Oh, you're Pokemon hunting. I see how it is, Pixie. Mm-hmm. I'm second best. Is there an event going on right now? What are you cooking, Kel? I'm hungry. You're mesmerized, Catherine? Yeah, I get that a lot, actually. I'm kind of used to that. I usually get that when I'm coloring. Thanks, Michelle. Honey garlic chicken thighs in the Instant Pot? Well, my lord, I'm on my way. Although thighs aren't my favorite. I'm not gonna lie. I know they're a lot more flavorful, but they're just not my favorite. Yikes. Okay, so all the pieces are cut. Put my tape in there. Oh, sweet, Michelle. All right, so now are you guys ready to see how this all goes together? There's a couple of things when you're putting together flowers, especially like these tulips. These happen to be like the lacy tulips, so they have not the super smooth leaves. Your greatest tool when putting together flowers is actually a glue stick for your hot glue gun. See, me too, Kelly. So the first thing you want to do, and I tend to do this with like a paper towel in my hand just because I don't like to get icky fingers. And it's kind of fun if you just sort of put them all together. And I know this is going to hurt your psyche, but you want to just wrinkle them all up. Like really good too. Okay? I know. I understand. I get it. Okay? I was scared too. I know, right, Michelle? So then you take this glue stick and you fold them around the glue stick. And you kind of wrinkle them again even more. Because you want that texture on the petals. And your brain automatically will try to create a pattern. So if you don't wrinkle them up first, you will have the exact same pattern on every petal, and that won't look right. So since you wrinkle them, it disrupts your brain into creating different patterns on them. None of you were ready for that one, right? And I just went for it too. I didn't even like prepare you or warn you. I don't do that with all of my flowers, mind you. But I will tell you that it definitely will help your brain disrupt that pattern so that you are not creating the exact same fold pattern with each petal. Especially on these ones that are the same. Now, you can spritz the paper to do that as well. And a lot of the times I will do that, especially when I'm making like peonies or tea roses or anything like that. However, this is oxide ink and the Sweet Sentiment paper has vellum in it. And so what will happen is your oxides will react. So if you are not looking for that reaction of your inks, you probably don't want to spritz them with water. Okay, now I'm also a girl who likes to use everything that's around me. And right here, I don't happen to have a bone folder, but I have the handle to one of these brushes. So it's gonna work in much the same way. I am all about, like, I have all the crazy flower tools. I have them all. But if I don't have to pull them all out, I'm not going to. And if I do have to sit here and pull out all the flower tools, I'm probably not going to use them. It is true, Catherine. This is a marketing tactic because now I'm forced to go shop as therapy. Okay, so now what you want is your glue gun. First thing first is I'm going to put a spot of glue on the outside of this. Okay? Then I'm going to take this petal, there's Archie, and I'm going to push it on there. Try not to burn the heck out of my fingers. I'm going to repeat the process with the next petal. I know, it hurts my OCD too, but I am going to tell you, Catherine, I have a very long history in law enforcement, and so I have a lot of college degrees that have everything to do with psychology and nothing to do with card making or art. And so I teach from a very psychological standpoint. And so I have found out different ways of making these flowers look way more realistic by creating disruptions in your brain patterns. Because a lot of the times crafters will make these flowers and they will look absolutely perfect. And your problem is you will look at them and you will go, oh, wait a minute, something's wrong and I'm not quite sure what's wrong. I can't place my finger on it. I don't know what's wrong. Well, what's wrong is your brain telling you there is nothing that is absolutely perfect in nature. And so by you making these flowers look absolutely perfect, Denise, you made it. So by you making these flowers absolutely perfect, your brain is automatically going, wrong. Something's absolutely wrong. And it's finding what's wrong. And so that's why you can't put your finger on it, because in one hand, your brain is going, yay, that flower is perfect. But in the other hand, your brain is going, there wouldn't be a flower like that out in nature. And the vodka ice pops, that sounds delicious. Okay, so I'm just putting little spots of glue on these petals to kind of get them to stay up where I want them to. Nothing, there's no major science to this. And so I have this, I want that one to go up further. There we go. So I have this outside for this cute little tulip, right? But I want to break up the inside of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this petal like this and put a little bit of glue right here. And I'm going to stick this all the way down into the center. And Catherine, I don't know if you know this, but we do ship to Australia. So just FYI, I just shipped 2 packages there this week. So just so you know, I know a lot of people won't ship to y'all over there, but we do. Because crafter's gonna craft, right? I also have a wholesaler over in Australia. So if you're not familiar with Dawn Lewis, she is a wholesaler. And so she has a little shop online in Australia. So she can order in bulk And so you can ask her about Sweet Sentiment products because she carries all of our stuff. Hooray! Yeah, that is right. One was for you. I don't have a link for this glue gun, but it's on the SureBonder website, and it's the Lynn Lilly one, or you can look up Lynn Lilly. That is right. One of them was for you. Well, it's shipped, girl. It's on its way to you. I didn't want to assume that one was yours if I was wrong. All right. Yeah, Michelle, I love this glue gun. Okay, so now I have this cool little flower. And there's a couple of things I'm going to do. First of all, I'm going to put the glue gun away. And then I'm going to grab some prills. And I'm going to grab my Crazy Creations glitter. Because, I mean, you gotta glitter, right? It's important. Yeah, Dawn Lewis, she's super sweet. I don't know, honestly, I can't in my brain figure out what part of Australia she's in. Don't know where. But she's in Australia, so, I mean, that's helpful. Okay. So this glitter is Velvet Fine glitter, and it is very, very fine, like exceedingly fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my sponge, which I must have put away. Look at me being all like on top of things and putting my sponge away. And I like to just cut a little chunk of it off there. And then I'm going to take my Barely Art glue and squeeze a whole bunch of this glue on the little sponge. And then I'm going to go meet and squeeze it all together. You have to make the sound effects. It's important. Okay. And then I'm going to kiss the edges of all of these petals. With that glue. Because I just want them frosted on the edge. See how pretty that is? I can also do that with the leaves. And one more. Okay. There we go. Now, before I dump this, I'm going to put the lid on it. Hey, Sharon. Then I'm going to take this glue and I'm going to put some down in the center here. And I'm going to take the little prills and I'm just going to pour a whole bunch of them in there. Now, obviously not all of those are going to stick, but I like to make sure that enough of them do stick. So that's why I put several, well, yeah, way more than I need to. How about that? Okay, So while the glue adheres to those a little bit, I'm gonna clean up. I don't know if I'm gonna do anything with those. I'll probably just trash them. I like to put my stamp set away. And I just use business card magnets on these. I knew that one wasn't gonna stick because it was over the top of the other one. So that my magnets all stay, I guess. You know, leave it to when you're live for your magnets to not actually stay where they're supposed to. There we go. Okay, and then I just put my stamp set in there and I slide it all in an envelope and I label it so that they're all in alphabetical order. Well, Selena, this is sweet sentiment paper, so I mean, it's, you know, it can kind of take the beating. Thanks, Michelle. I totally manhandled the paper. You are correct. Okay, so now that that glue is dried, I just pour these back in here, and then I have that little center in there. So there's my pretty, pretty little flower. Here's another flower that I just made. And I mean, look at how fun and how easy that was. I love making these 3D flowers, but this is such a cool little tulip. And like I said, you could keep going with it and make it into like a tea rose or something else entirely. There's so many things you could do. This one was made using the tropical flora, and I just made a whole bunch of layers with it. But yeah, this one's Copic colored, and then I did not color the back. And this one is oxide colored, and I did color the back. So there you go, my friends. There is your, oh, I should move them down here. It's kind of more in frame. There is your flower making tutorial for Floral Friday. So I could show you that I made this fun little wreath using the Delightful Daisy. And so if you really wanted to, like, you could add this to here. And it would be so cute because it would really add a lot of, that one's too big, but it would add a lot of dimension to that. So just keep adding and adding and adding. Thanks, Catherine. So if you guys want to see the replay, this will be on our YouTube channel. So if you have not subscribed to our YouTube, please, please, please check it out. Our link is sweetsentiment.us, and that will take you to our website, which has all of our social media stuff, all of our social media links and everything on that. So anyways, I'm going to go check on my dad and see how he's doing today and feed the puppy dinner so that he hushes. And I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow. But again, that kind of depends on how my dad is doing. And also tomorrow is my son's birthday. So I may or may not be able to come on for that. So anyways, I will hopefully... Not crafty. I mean, this wreath was already put together for me, Michelle. Thanks, Catherine. I appreciate it. Thanks, Denise. I will tell him you said that. So anyways, yeah, I got to check how he's doing with his chemo and see when his next appointment is and if I need to take him. And then, yeah, it's my son's birthday, so I got a planned birthday, and there's just a lot going on in my world right now. So thank you guys for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow, but if not, I will probably see you Sunday. So thank you, and toodles!